dancing since I was 9. However many years that is, it's been a long time.
My name is Lee Perry. They call me Mr. Smooth. And I've been dancing about 50 years.
Frankie Mitchell is my name, and I've been dancing since I was 13. Well, the young man they called the Godfather, Leroy Daniels, Leroy Dowles, he taught me on his foot. I was really little, and I wanted to learn real bad, so he put me on his foot, and that's how I learned. And he was a very inspirational. He was good. He won all the dance contests.
Dancing's in my family. See, my brother lived in Hollywood. He was the first black on American bandstand in the 1950s. A lot of people don't know that. He was a tap dancer. My father taught him how to tap dance. His name was Philip Perry. He was the #1 tap dancer in the nation. And he competed against Sammy Davis Jr. and all the top dancers at that time. But he lived in Hollywood. We used to watch him on TV. So dancing was in my family. My sister was just as good as he was. I only had 2 sisters, 7 boys and 2 girls. Everybody could dance. But my sister right over me, Margaret Perry, she taught me. She was as good or better than my brother in Hollywood, but back in the 50s, girls wouldn't get recognition like boys. And he was still young, but my father sent him on there. They wanted him in Hollywood, and we used to watch him on TV. So it's just in my family. My father taught him. See, and my father goes all the way back to the Black Bottom days in early 1900s. See, so that's who inspired me. It's just in my family.
When I was coming up, my mother had me in different things. I took tap, I did ballet, I modeled, I did modern dance. And so I always liked dancing. And so I used to sit down and watch the Larry King show. And I'm like, oh, that's so amazing. And so I got up and I just taught myself. And I've been dancing ever since, you know, and I get with my friends, and we used to take all the furniture out the living room, out my mother's living room, we dance, and we teach each other, and then the girls learn to dance on the boy leg and stuff, and the boys learn how to dance on the girl legs, and we just, you know, kick it out, have a good time and stuff, so I always liked it.
This is a picture of my mother, her best friend, and my aunt. My mother would be 103 right now. On this picture, she was 23. In the #1 club in Black Houston at that time, which was the Matinee Club on Lowndes Avenue. This is a picture that she took in the Matinee Club when she was 23. Right now, she would be 103. Okay, and so just to let you know how far back we go with the dancing thing. This is my mother right here. On the end here, when she was 23. That's her best friend in the middle. And this is her sister right here, Evelina. Yeah. Well, back then, see, you dance with whoever just teach you. My sister was, let me put it like this, she was as good as any woman now, any dude. Because see, back then we had a lot of footwork, you know, that we do a lot of footwork and stuff. Since she was a tap dancer, and she was as good as my brother, she was a bad gal. So I had one of the best teaching me. So when I started getting out there in the 60s, see, they had a club called Latin World. And every Wednesday was Low Down Do Night. They took a bowling alley. Imagine taking the whole, all of those lanes and just taking the truss of where the ball go down and making that a huge dance floor. So you had a huge dance floor. Leaving all that flow down. Every Wednesday we had dance competition and we had high pants contest. Because high pants had come out then. My gal, Dilly, dominated the high pants contest. So I got a lot of attention because of her. But now, hold up now. Because I was one of those good dancers, they put 20 couples out there to start the competition out. They cut 15 of them immediately on one record. You got 5. First place, 300, second place, 200, third place, 100. The next 2, you just get a free drink. That was a minimum of 1,000 people there every Wednesday. Minimum 1,000. Now, so you had a huge amount of people, and you had that competition every week. And if I won with Connie this week, I can't compete with her next week, because see, they don't let you dominate like that. I got to come back with Frankie and prove again that I'm good enough where I can dance with her and still win first place. And I was always in that top 5. I guarantee you that. That's how they knew me. I was always in that top 5. So, and that was Latin World. And a lot of people don't even know about Latin World, but let me show you. First time I saw the Dells at Latin World, the Shy-Lights. She was one of Ray Barnett's clubs, Gladys Knight. Now that was the partners of Latin World. They took a bowling alley and he used to do that, to make them big clubs. Ray Barnett, he's the king of the clubs around here. All the big clubs, black clubs back in the day started with him. Sumner Club, the Red Room,
Palladium.
Latin World, Platinum, you name it. He the one started the club thing. But Latin World was wild. Boy, look at him. Competition was fierce every week. A minimum 1,000 people there at Latin World every Wednesday, low down do night.
Wow.
For the hot pants and the dance competition.
Leroy.
Okay.
Yeah, my godfather. And we would win. And sometime when we win, we had to fight. Because there was a lot of jealousy from Fifth Ward, Sunny Side, North Side, West Side. I'm serious. We had to fight. And we would always win contests since I was very young. They started out at the Hester House.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. I live by the outside.
The Hester House, the Palladium, Latin World. And, you know, we won a lot of contests. I was about 15 then. Yeah. Still a baby.
Well, I learned at 15, but see, you had to be at least 18 to go in Latin World.
Okay.
But it's still back in the 60s now.
Yes, and
See,
yeah.
I taught people like Sal. He was too young to go in. But if he walked up to the front door with me, they wouldn't say nothing to him.
Right.
So he'd come on in. But he lived in Fifth Ward. He lived right down the street from me. But he was too young then, though. So I said, well, I'm going to get you on in. Come on here, boy. And he didn't know how to do anything. But see, once you give somebody a style, that's his. You leave it alone. I gave him that style. But once I give it to him, I got to leave it alone. I got to go do something else.
Right.
Because, see, we can't get out there and look just like twins. So whatever you give, hey, that's yours, and you keep that, and you're going on. And that's where it was. See, you couldn't keep the same dance partner all the time because one couple would just dominate. So you got to change up constantly there, and you got to change your style constantly. Now, later on, Connie was my dance partner, and we won a lot of dance competitions. You see what I'm saying? Before Deborah came along. See, okay, so you just had to evolve. That's what you had to do. See, I go back to Latin World Center Club, and the guys that I'm talking about, the baddest dude I know that was around there was this guy by the name of Charles Ray Ashley. Now, he was a bad dude from out of Fifth Ward, had quick feet, real quick feet. You had dudes like Fred, Glenn, and the women were like, say, Elsie, Dilly, Patricia Price, another Patricia, you know, just different ones but they came every Wednesday. And this went on for at least 2 or 3 years. So it wasn't like it was just a flash thing. And imagine a minimum of 1,000 people every Wednesday in the middle of the week. That's right. This was the first national competition that we had in Texas.
Yeah.
That's right. And see, the importance of this one here was we had just done the 10+1 DVD, which she's on it dancing with Doc, she's on it dancing with Rodney. Cheryl is on it dancing with Duncan. Ken is on it dancing with Miss Lee. But the rest of the people were the best couple from Port Arthur, best from Beaumont, the best from DeSoto, Fort Worth, and Dallas. And I wanted everybody to meet each other, first of all, and learn the different styles. But now, it wasn't just them. Butter, who y'all all know now, it was his first trip here from Baltimore. So we had people from Baltimore, Washington, D.C., Chicago, had some more from Atlanta. They all met right here. So we had a chance to meet each other, which we had never met each other before. I knew everybody because I had gone to all those places.
Wow.
But they didn't know it. And we had different categories, just like they do right now. We had the different categories, and
I was
everybody.
in the Zydeco country.
Yeah, she was. Y'all won.
We won.
Yeah, they won Zydeco. You danced with Doc. What did y'all do?
That was real.
Now you dance with
No,
Red.
you dance with Red, yeah, and they won something,
I mean,
know.
big money.
It was nice. You know, it was, because that was my first real big contest I got in. And first I go out there because I'm really a shy person, you know. And I had to get my nerves up, so, you know, it's like I have to block everybody out. But when I'm on the dance floor, I don't, it's like, it's just me and my partner. I don't see nobody, you know. And it was good, you know, because I'm the type, I sit down and I study the men, whoever from all over. Because when he come ask me to dance, I want to be able to dance like him. And that's how I do it. You know, and they be like, girl, you took a class? No, I don't take, you know, I don't do classes. Because the way I learn is I have to sit down and I have to study the beat. And then you come ask me, then I might mess up a couple of times, but I'm going to get it, you know, because I want to dance like him. Because the whole thing about dancing is you have to follow the man. Most women want to lead. That's why they can't dance.
Right.
Because they want to lead.
Absolutely.
You can't lead that man. You have to let him lead you.
Right.
You have to be able to follow him.
Exactly.
Once you follow him, everything gonna go smooth.
Right.
You know, I just do it like that. But my second memorable thing when we went to Dallas. That was Dallas.
Yeah.
And we didn't really go down there to get in the contest. They put us in there. Deborah, all of them, they put me and Leroy in. And we was dancing, they dressed me up and stuff, we got in it. And so we competed up against Rodney and Danita.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we got in it, so we was dancing and stuff, and me and Leroy was dancing, so he was spinning me, and my shoe came out. But I didn't, you know, I used to watch Larry Kane show, the pros, you know, if anything fall off, you keep on dancing.
Right,
So I kept on dancing,
Right.
so when I told Leroy, I said, just spin me down. So when I spin down, I just picked my shoe up and I danced with one shoe on and one shoe
in the
off.
hand, yeah.
Didn't miss a beat. And me and Leroy won first place. Everybody was mad and y'all know the judge. I don't know who the judges was, you know? So it was a big thing and you can't dance and blah blah this. I'm like, baby, whatever.
Yeah.
It really don't matter.
Well, you got
I must did something
To win
I beat
versus.
you.
It was
Absolutely.
incredible to see her pick up her shoe,
That's
Keep
right.
going.
dance on her toes,
And keep
going.
Keep going.
She had
That's
to
right.
win.
That's
Like,
right.
It was.
A lot of times the judge will take that into consideration.
They did exactly. That's exactly what they
Like,
did.
you know, girl, you did
Never
that.
missed a beat.
You did
Never
that.
missed a
missed a
beat.
beat.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was beautiful. Leroy swung all over the place, but she still had that shoe in her hand. So that was really memorable.
Houston didn't know nobody in Dallas. Dallas didn't know nobody in Houston. Beaumont didn't know nobody here. Nobody knew each other. See, this was the main, and you sure know the people from Baltimore and Washington, D.C. and Chicago and Atlanta, they didn't know anything about us. This was the first get together, brought everybody together so we could see what everybody is doing and say, well, how can we fit all this in together and continue on with this from here on out? But this was the meeting ground right here. Deanna Ball was 17. I got the video. And Marcus was 17. Butter danced with his sister. He wasn't dancing with these other women you see him with now. At this competition, he danced with his sister in the heavyweight category. And this was the first time the white people came over with us. See, the ones that you see doing whip and West Coast swing, they ain't know nothing about us. They had never seen nobody swing out a two-step in their life. So when they came, they were just as amazed as we were with what they were doing. But see, I knew everybody because when I was doing the 10+1 DVD, I went everywhere and I met everybody. And I say, but I got to do something to put them all together so we all know each other and, continue on. And this was the meeting ground right here.
Wow.
And we had good money too now. We had good money. Yeah. Boy, everybody.
We all got some money.
Yeah, but
Okay, I'm
Muhammad
gonna ask
Anderson
you
was
one.
still alive then. He was the MC. Yeah.
Seemed like somebody dropped me before.
Oh.
I'm trying to think who Leroy.
Well, it might have been, sometimes they slip. Oh, I seen him do that, boy.
I know mine was with Doc
You were
Did you
dark.
follow?
at the silk.
Okay.
Seemed like
And you
somebody
failed?
dropped
Yeah,
me.
mine was with
Okay.
Somebody
Doc.
did.
Well, we was dancing food, Dr. Food.
Yeah,
So it was like, but they didn't know it. The people didn't know it, but we failed. So Doc was doing his little thing and stuff and
Yeah.
spinning me and stuff. So he tripped or something and he fell and then I fell on top of him. What I did, 'cause it kind of scared me. I just jumped up, Doc jumped up, and we just started dancing.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
they
they was like,
know.
oh. But we actually failed. Yeah.
I was dancing with a guy and he let me fall. And I got right back up and kept dancing.
yeah.
So, yeah, they would drop you in a minute.
Yeah.
All that dipping and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you would fall, you do some real serious falls.
I seen
But
Freddie.
that was back in the day, you know.
Sure.
That's
I
why I
seen
tell all
Freddie.
women take small steps. 'Cause
Yeah.
see, I take baby steps.
No, but see, they was
Hey,
a lot of
Jane,
lifting then.
We did a lot of footwork
Yeah,
back in the day
yeah.
too.
A lot of footwork.
Footwork was the
Yeah.
thing.
That was it. If you could do, we see, Connie, I still got one move that nobody else do.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
Connie. See, when we look like we walking and then we jump up in there and do that and we crossing, she do it right on time with me. Nobody else ain't been able to do that with me. Not just like that, and we got it timed down. That's right. But that was considered, footwork. Now, my most embarrassing time was, see, the stage in Grandma's was elevated like that.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I'm on the edge of the floor and I'm dancing, and I used to have that fallback move, where I put my leg right here, and then I fall all the way back. And see, I make it look like I'm finna hit the floor. I mean, I fall all the way back and boom. And that was one of my little signature moves, Just as I was falling, this gal bumped me, and my leg went over. It didn't land on the stage. It came off the stage, and I hit that floor, and boy, I felt like a bolt of lightning shot straight up my leg. I said, whoa. I kept going, but I sure didn't want to, though. Oh, if you look at that video is still out when we were competing back in Grandma's. Now the gal you see me lifting and holding with one hand, that gal with them big wide hips, she had to be at least about 180. See, my signature move was like squat, pick the gal up, and do this, put my hand behind my back with her sitting up here. And her hips was, at least that's what I was dancing with. And boy, look at her. So you have to keep your balance too, though. But you know who? What did do film that? And she sent it to me. I got it right now.
Okay.
Yeah. The gal that was named Angela. But boy, she at least 180. And so when I come off that stage and see, I had my routine by picking her up and holding her. Boy, I didn't want to do it. My legs felt like a bolt of light in there, but I had to do it anyway. And you see on the, I did it. Wow. And I used to pick Deborah apart. You see me do that. Yeah, and hold her with one hand, yeah. But, that was back in the day.
It started at the Continental Show
Whoa.
Continental Show.
on Scott Street. The Happy Feet dance washed out
Yes, that was
every Sunday. And I used to beg my mom, please let me go. She wouldn't let me go. So I went to stay with my godmother on weekends so I could go. And that was the thing, man. Everybody met up, even people from the north side. Everybody met up at the Happy Feet dance, and everybody did dance, got along, taught each other different moves, different turns.
It was so happy.
When it was, we had 2 turns, behind the back, and then turn in front. Then you start over again, behind the back. There's 2 turns, then we gradually graduate.
Yeah, you move on up. Now, the important thing about the Continental Showcase, again, it was a bowling alley first.
Yeah.
Used to be a bowling
That was another one that was converted to a club. So you talking about a huge facility. See, we something like this here was, this about, that's okay. But we had those huge clubs.
in places today.
And then see when Ray Barnett opened that club up out there on Homestead, and that club would hold 2,000 to 3,000 people. That was a club. Oh, whoa, and wait a minute. They would pack it be so packed in there, they have to cut them off, don't let no more in.
Yeah.
We talking about, we had humongous clubs though, and we went out, we danced, everybody danced. And if for you not knowing how to dance, people ask, man, where you from? And you say you from Fifth Ward. Now, you can't be from Fifth Ward. You don't even know how to do, what's wrong with you, man? Where you been? You know, something must be wrong with you. Are you paralyzed or something? No. I mean, that's how it was. It was just the way of life.
Sure.
I remember when the old
Yeah.
Red Rooster.
Oh,
Yeah.
Red Rooster, okay.
I had been married. I was married like 30 years, so I kind of stopped dancing. And I started dating Rodney.
Yeah.
And when I came, everybody was dancing, looking so good. Connie was in the contest with Sal. We were dancing. Was it Ready Freddy?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I mean, it was so smooth, and I was
Yeah.
just so red
Yeah,
and Connie.
yeah.
I was just so amazed because I had been away from it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I just gotta learn. Oh, it was just so beautiful because everybody had their own style.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, like
That's
now
right.
everybody kind of look alike to me.
Yeah.
Everybody was different.
That's
I
right.
mean, but everybody was
Like
so
that
unique,
person.
so cool, so it was just beautiful. And that's what put me back in the game.
Right, right,
Yeah,
right.
because I had been gone a long time. I was with a singer, not a dancer.
If you look at that 10+1 video, you'll see everybody on there.
Everybody's
Have a
different.
style.
Nobody
Every-
danced-
no-
nobody
no-
danced
None
alike.
of them even look similar at all. That's right. And that was the point. See, I want to show the similar, well, it's the same dance, but how different it can be from one state, one part of Texas all the way up to the next part. They on there. And if you see them dancing, you be like, are they doing the same dance? Yes, they are. But you and Rodney, y'all style, you and Doc, y'all,
It's
yeah.
different. Everybody was
See, if they
different.
try to dance like you, see, they be trying to dance like you.
Right,
Yeah,
right, right,
yeah.
If they try to
right.
dance like you,
Yeah.
then it's not gonna work.
It's not gonna
Yeah,
work.
your
Everybody
own
had their
style.
own
Everybody had their own
Your
style.
own style.
Their own
And
style.
all the styles was very unique.
That's right. Now,
History.
two-stepping. See,
Two-step,
yeah,
swing
see, yeah, they're two
is
different
different.
things. Two different things. See,
Okay.
what they talking about now is swing out. Now, actually, two-stepping came off of these slow
It
beats,
was
Yeah.
slow,
real
but
slow,
two-step.
and you,
Yeah, you go side to side.
yeah, and then you, and you had a beat to it. And now, if I would dance with her, she, and then I'd even do a little move like this.
Come on, Lee, let's get it.
That's what And then you had smoke with it.
Then on the footwork side, see, I come back over this new way, and I, see, I come over here with something like this, and I'm right back on time with it. It's made, you know, footwork now. And you bounce it, and then you throw your little turns in, and you